I thought I picked the perfect paint color for our 1850s farmhouse, and the second it hit the floor, I knew it was wrong. So today, I'm showing you the mistake, how we fixed it, and what I wish I knew before painting old farmhouse floors. Hello there, friends. Welcome back to the Mama Simply channel. If you're new here, I'm Amber, mom of a large family, and we live in an 1850s farmhouse. We are slowly renovating it back to real life on a budget and around lots of kids. Today is one of those very real life renovation days where things don't go exactly as planned, but I think we ended up somewhere better. So the plan is we are going to convert this room from my daughter's room into a teen bedroom. And we pulled up the carpet already and we found these floors underneath. They are original to the farmhouse and I absolutely adore them. They are just so beautiful with the character and the color. The boys have picked out a blue color. We let them pick out the color for the walls going into their room, and we're going to change this from pink to blue, and we're also planning on updating the paint trim as well. So there's a lot of natural light that comes into this room, and you can see there's already artistry on the walls, and then the trim is also needing an update. And you can see on the floor all around the room, at some point when someone was updating the house, they used, it appears a spray paint, and it's all around the floors. So as much as I would like to refinish them, we are just not in a place where that makes sense right now. With a big family, heavy traffic, limited time, and a budget, we need something practical, not perfect, but something that would protect the floors and still make it feel warm and cozy. So I decided to paint. So first I started with updating the paint that's going on the walls. This blue color is American Anthem. And then we spent a lot of time debating what color we wanted the floor to be. I spent a lot of time choosing this color and trying different samples, and I wanted something that would go with this blue. It's just absolutely lovely. And then I've also updated the paint on the trim, and that is a farmhouse white. And the closet was also a mess. There was some piping that was exposed, so we fixed the closet. And now this room is ready to go for our floor color. So this color is rustic brown. It looked absolutely beautiful in the store. It felt right on the sample, and I was really confident that this was the color that I wanted to go with. Old houses have a way of humbling you. The lighting, the age of the floors, the undertones, all the imperfections in the floor, it all changes once the paint goes down. And I think we've all been there, where you don't hate it, but you don't love it either. And that feeling usually doesn't go away. Painting this floor really gave me a chance to study the floor and also to think about all the generations that have lived in this house and to really think about what that meant. And I was also wanting to really keep in with the character of the house as it probably was originally, or very close to it. And this color just really didn't seem to fit with the colors that the boys chose for their wall, but also in keeping with the tradition of the house. While we're working on this space, we're also planning out the teen bedrooms, and designing for teenagers in an old farmhouse is such a balance between letting them have personality and making the space functional. I let the paint dry, and for this room, it's just not the right color. It's much darker than what I thought, and I really feel like we're losing the character behind the flooring. I stood here way too long trying to convince myself that I liked it, but I just couldn't. So we loaded up and went back to Home Depot. This time, I knew exactly what I was looking for: something warmer, something softer, something that worked with the age of the house instead of fighting it. Sometimes you have to see what doesn't work before you find what does. My interior designer helped spend a lot of time picking out just the right color. And I think we found a winner. We picked one. And we're ready to head back home through the snow and ready to try out this new paint color. The difference was immediate. This color felt calmer, cozier, and so much more fitting for an 1850 farmhouse that has been lived in for generations. I chose pewter gray, and it is a really warm but subtle gray. And I'll show you here, especially in the direct sunlight. It just really fits in with how we want the room to be. It just felt so much calmer, so much cozier, and just so much more fitting. And I really love how it brings out the character of these floors. It doesn't overpower them, and you can really see all of the defects in the floor. You can see where the floorboards line up. You can see the nails in the floor. It's not perfect, and that's kind of the point. If you are considering painting old floors, we are using bare porch and patio paint, and it's been a great option, especially since we're anticipating this to be a high traffic area. It's durable, forgiving, and made for imperfect surfaces, and that's exactly what these old floors are. This isn't a forever solution, but it's a practical one for this season of life. I absolutely love how this space has turned out with the color on the walls, the color that we chose for the trim, and the color that we chose for the floor. It's just absolutely cozy, but practical for our season of life. If you've ever regretted a paint color, you're not alone. Sometimes renovating is just learning as you go. This old farmhouse has stood up to the test of time, and we really hope that these room colors and the design that we have planned for this teen bedroom will hold up to the test of time, as well as a large family. If you've ever regretted a paint color, you're not alone. Sometimes renovation is just learning as you go. If you enjoy real life farmhouse renovation and large family living, I'd love for you to subscribe and follow along. And let me know in the comments, have you ever had a paint regret?